What's up, basketball players? Today we're going to be giving you guys 4 finishes that you can use in the paint. Now, I know a lot of you guys struggle with finishing around the basket against taller defenders, against faster defenders, if there's a defender on your hips. So we're going to give you 4 different finishes that are going to make it a lot easier for you to do so. Before we begin, make sure you guys leave a like. Make sure that you guys leave a comment below if you guys want to see other types of videos. If you guys have questions, let me know. But let's get right into these finishes. Now, before I get into finish number 1, I want you guys to understand that these finishes are not things that I want you to overthink about. I don't want you to think I'm gonna get downhill and I'm gonna do this finish, or I'm gonna pre-plan it into my mind, because that's not how the game of basketball is. The game of basketball is all about reading and reacting. Once you rep these out and get these down, this is when you're gonna start wanting to put them into live situations where you guys can be able to finish against a live defender, so that way it's more game-like. So start off doing it by yourself, try it in a small-sided game, small-sided environment, and then from there you're gonna be able to do it in a live game, and it's gonna be super, super effective. So the first finish that we're gonna take a look at is gonna be what I call nonchalant floater. Now, this floater is really, really effective, like I said, at every single level, because it allows you to be deceptive. So once I get past my defender, let's say I get past my defender to the right and I'm driving downhill towards the right. When I get to this point in the paint, everyone's eyes are gonna be on me. Opposite block is, same side block, and then everybody who's out on the perimeter. I'm gonna have teammates on the other side of the court. Now, from this spot, what I want to make this defender, my on-ball defender, to think is that I'm going to kick the ball out to one of my teammates, either to the corner or to the wing. So when I get downhill, I want to scan with my eyes looking this way. Now, once I scan, what I want to be able to do is land on 2 feet super unexpectedly. This is going to allow me to get into my shot really quick, and it's also going to make it super, super unpredictable. So as I'm driving towards the right, I'm gonna end up landing on 2, and then I wanna shoot it without my feet even facing the rim. So I'm gonna be here, I'm looking, land shot, and I'm going up super quick with it. So let's give it a couple looks. This is something that a lot of short guards need to be able to master. It allows you to score over taller defenders. 2, land, up. 2, land, and I'm up. 2, land, up. Now, the next finish that I want to take a look at is going to be a hard dribble to an evade. It's going to be against that opposite side defender. So let's say that I'm driving towards the basket and I want to be able to evade this defender. I could get into a runner floater, but in this case here, what I want to be able to do is get a layup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really hard dribble and step with my left foot and right hand. From that spot there, depending on what level you're at, if you're in high school, you can probably take 1 step, maybe 2, depending on where you're at. Some rules are different. We see the rules changing all the time where you can take those 2. But essentially, it's legal at almost every level where we're left, we take right foot, left foot, and we go lay it in. So as this defender slides over, we take this hard dribble with our left and we look left. That's gonna get the defender thinking we might swing it over, we might kick it, we might dump it off to our teammate, whatever. But when we're getting here, we need to be able to make it hard, then take your last 2 steps to go finish on that right side. So, like I said, if you feel like you're gonna get called for 2 steps on that, just go 1, 2, and we lay it. If we aren't, we can take those last 2 steps, which is usually at the FIBA, NBA levels, is completely allowed with the gather step stuff. So, we'll be here, I'm driving downhill, left, right, and I finish. Right when that defender slides over, we're gonna counter that. So they're going this way, we're gonna counter it going immediately where they were. They're coming from opposite block, we're going to that opposite block. So I'm here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Third one that we're gonna work on is gonna be a hop step finish. This is a really, really simple one. That's essentially a jump stop. So let's say I'm driving towards the middle of the court. I got another defender sliding over, likely from this side. If they're coming from this opposite block, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a dribble and hop once my left foot hits the ground. So similar to this one, but instead of taking this step, I'm gonna take this step, and then I'm gonna jump stop, countering where they came from. So if they came from this block, we're gonna end up going towards that block, sliding over. Now, the big thing on this one is to be able to finish, we're gonna have to read them. We're gonna have to see, am I gonna pick it up high? Am I gonna tug it to my body? Am I gonna pick it up low? Am I gonna have to do something like that? Because in this case, it's a little bit more exposed than a spin. In this same situation, if they're really going hard, we could do that same step and spin and keep it protected. But the hop step is another really good option, especially if the defender is right in front of you and you feel like you can get to that high pickup and high gather. So hop step is dribble, hop. dribble, step, left, hop. Make sure we get to 2 feet at the end of this, be on balance. Downhill, dribble, hop 2, land, finish. Like I said, sometimes pick it up high, sometimes tuck it. We'll tuck it on this one. Tuck, like that. Tuck. It's also a great way to get contact too, to get that and one. And the last finish that we're gonna take a look at is an athletic finish called the slide by. So what the slide by is I'm attacking downhill against this help defender, they're stepping up. I have a guy opposite block, so I'm looking at my teammate. If this defender steps up too far, I'm hitting the lob, I'm dumping it off, I'm gonna bounce pass, whatever. But if I feel like I got him sold that I'm gonna pass it, I wanna be able to land on 2 feet here. From here, if he overcommits, I can still make that pass, but if he doesn't, I'm gonna slide by to the right, jumping off my 2 feet. After I land on 2, I can either go 1, 2 up, or I can go 2 foot up, and I'll be able to go finish. So this is a really athletic finish. I don't recommend it for all players, but if you're athletic enough, get downhill, go finish these. Boom, I'm gonna get by, help defender steps up, land on 2, slide. Hey, land on 2, slide. All right, if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure you guys leave a like, make sure that you guys subscribe. I'm gonna make more and more content like this where I'm gonna give you guys tutorials, give you guys examples. So make sure that you guys are getting your work in, make sure you guys are getting your reps in, playing live, doing what you gotta do to be able to make these skills translate into games. So perfect, see you guys in the next video.